Michael Wolff's new book, Landslide, has not yet come out, but we're still getting tons and tons of revelations from it. And the latest revelation is that in the days following the 2020 election, when Donald Trump was still convinced, as he is today actually, that there was total fraud and he actually won, according to the book, Trump started making phone calls. He personally picked up the phone, started calling U.S. attorneys, including plenty of people that, he appointed to the job, calls these U.S. attorneys in swing districts across the country, begging them to launch voter fraud investigations in their county, in their district, in their state, wherever it is they had jurisdiction. I want you, I am begging you, I called you personally. Please start investigating these claims of fraud because I promise you're going to find the fraud. And the book says that none of these U.S. attorneys, none of them, including ones that Trump appointed, indulged his fantasies. And I gotta say, that's a good thing to hear, right? That is what you want to hear. Because if there were legitimate, evidence of fraud, that automatically triggers an investigation. As we have explained in the past, the Department of Justice actually has a division devoted to that, okay? There are people whose sole job in the U.S. DOJ is to look into claims of voter fraud throughout the United States. When a complaint comes in, when something suspicious is found, they go to action and they start investigating it. But they weren't triggered by this last election because they didn't have evidence. Oh, actually, they had a couple pieces of evidence and there were eventually, arrests made. But all of the ones that we know about publicly have been Trump supporters committing voter fraud. So, they did do their jobs. The U.S. attorneys did their jobs. The DOJ did their jobs. But that wasn't what Trump wanted. He didn't want them to bust the Trump people who registered their dead mother in Pennsylvania to vote for Trump. They wanted to create fraud. They wanted to find fraud where no fraud existed, and that's what these U.S. attorneys understood. If Trump had come to them with actual evidence, they would not have hesitated to launch an investigation. But he had no evidence. All he had were hurt feelings and a bruised ego. That's what he had. He had his poor little pitiful, woe is me, I didn't win the election. Oh, please investigate. And they said no. We're not going to do this. We would still like to have jobs once you leave office, and if we engage in this highly partisan behavior, probably not going to last too long. Biden's going to purge us because, by the way, he won the election. Now, they didn't say that, but I imagine that's what's going through their heads, or what was going through their heads at the time. But as Wolff's book continues, Trump then got so pissed off because the U.S. attorneys were not listening to him that he then directed his ire at Bill Barr, his own attorney general, who also would not indulge his election fraud fantasies. And that's what helped to cause the rift between the two and why Barr left the administration early. This is actually what Trump said according to the book. If I had won, Barr would have licked the floor if I asked him to. What a phony. What does that even mean? Would you legitimately ask him to lick the floor? Is Bill Barr really that? I don't think Bill Barr's that much of a pushover. He's a disgusting, hyper-partisan, horrible human being, sure, but a floor licker? I don't know, man. But look, this is just how desperate Donald Trump was. He was shocked that he lost the election to, let's admit it, a very weak candidate in Joe Biden. But all of his failures over the last 4 years caught up with him, especially the ones from the previous 9 months during the pandemic. The public wasn't going to let those things slide. They were sick of him. They were tired of his behavior, and they voted him out. And Trump will never, for the rest of his life, be able to accept that. We're going to continue to hear him talk about this non-existent voter fraud as if it's something real. He's going to have nightmares about it. It's going to haunt him for the rest of his days. And honestly, he definitely deserves it.